If you're an Android user and you are looking for a new app to download your podcasts, I recommend you check out the Podcast Republic app. Go to the Google Play Store, download the Podcast Republic app. It's a fantastic app. You get all of your stuff right in one place on your Android devices. You search for the show that you like, you make it a favorite, so please make Dissecting the 80s one of your favorites. And it downloads them for you, and you'll have them all just a click away. Once again, that's the Podcast Republic app for your Android devices. Hello, Dissectomaniacs. I am one half of the Mega Podcasting Powers, Trip Lano. With me, as always, is my tag team partner, the Macho Man Drew.
Andrew Lano.
We have a really big announcement, and that is we are opening up a Patreon page. We know there's a lot of creators out there asking for your support this way, and that there's a tough decision for you as a listener or consumer of whatever it is to figure out what to donate to. So we totally get it if you're not able to support us that way. But if you are able to, we'd like to be able to give you a little extra something for helping us do a little more with the show. I don't know if everyone out there is aware, but there's been some changes in the podcast game in the last few months that we're going to have to react to. One of those is having a updated secure podcast feed. Another is going to be some changes to the way we host the show, which hopefully won't affect you at all out there. But the short story is we have a bunch of stuff to pay for, and we're hoping that you might be able to help us out with it. So we've come up with 3 tiers of, well, technically 4 tiers of rewards, but let's be honest, it's really 3 tiers of rewards. And then some group goals as well. So if you chip in at any level, if the group gets to a certain level, we'll be able to give everybody something extra. So here's the way it works. You support us at $2 per month, and you'll get our monthly newsletter, which we're going to call the Bag of Soup Sentinel. That is a monthly email newsletter that you'll get with our upcoming schedule. It'll have our next 3 episodes, so it'll be 2 in addition to the one you get for listening to the podcast. We'll throw in some cool 80s news if we come across it, a fun little video or something like that. And we'll also let you know if there's other stuff we're like currently crazy gaga for, a TV show, movie, something else that we think you might enjoy. You'll also get Patreon voting privileges if we need your help for episode suggestions or theme months, and everyone who supports the show at any level will get a shout-out, thank you on the show and on social media by username or first name or something like that. So yeah, you get this cool newsletter we're starting that's only for Patreon subscribers, and you'll get a little bit of a glimpse into what's coming up, and then also be able to join us and vote on some things when we need some audience assistance.
If you support us with $5 per month, you get a quarterly bonus episode, most likely in March, June, September, and December, and it will include our live episodes or something tied into that month. These will not be released into the main feed unless there's a crazy medical emergency, like the one time when I had, briefly died and then came back to life for a couple months. Plus, you will get the $2 rewards.
And if something does come up where we have to put episode that was previously only for Patreon folks up, we will make that up to you when we're back on our feet. If something, I was recently in a car crash. I don't think I talked about that on the show. It didn't affect the schedule at all, but it definitely could have. So anything like that, we will, we'll make it up to you if we have to go back on our word. But the point of it is not to give it out. There's also a level $10 a month. So if you support us for a year at that level, you get to pick an episode of the show. The way that'll work is after you hit your 12th month of support, you'd pick 3 options, and we would choose from that. You'll also get the $2 and $5 rewards. So if you do that continuously, you would get to do that once per year that while you are a supporter at that level. So it does roll over. The last one is by far the silliest thing that we are even promoting on this episode.
Hey, here's the thing. I've run my fair share of rewards tier programs. So you got to throw in a fun, silly one to grab our attention. For $88 per month, if you support us for 3 months at this level, you'll get an ultra special episode of the show recorded on vinyl, plus all other rewards tiers.
This will be limited to 1. So there is only 1 Uber Patreon, and it is there for the taking.
So here's the thing. I'm going to say we're going to Hunger Games this.
Okay.
And if that one person stops donating, we'll let you know, and then you can jump in there.
Yes, the Uber Patreon. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is exactly how it will work. We will limit that to one at a time. But if that person would choose to stop doing it, someone else could step in there. And then we're also going to do some group goals. So if you could, you have the ability to support us at $2 a month, we're overwhelmed. Thank you so much. If everybody chipping in gets us to $50 a month, at that level, our web hosting and our podcast hosting is totally paid for, and we're no longer losing money on the show, which is great. To thank everybody, all patrons will get a extra bonus episode that will go to everybody who is a subscriber. If we hit that threshold, no matter what level you're at, you will get that.
If we collectively get to $80 a month, all patrons will get a bonus commentary track, and you get to vote on the movie. We'll give you multiple choice options. The choice is Clue, 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 or Clue.
No, we'll mix it up. But everybody who is a subscriber will get to vote on that, and that is in addition to the $50 goal. And then lastly, if we get to $150 a month, we will do 2 more bonus episodes a year for all Patreon subscribers. And again, we're going to open that up to Patreon subscribers to vote on what they want to hear. So we'll give you multiple choice options. We'll do some sort of voting on it, and then we will pick. So that's what we have come up with for the show. If there is something that you are like desperately dying for it to be part of that and it's not there, reach out. It's dissectingthe80s@gmail.com. Let us know. Is there something that you think, hey, here's a reward tier that I'm interested in that's sort of between some of your levels or around, or an additional kind of bonus thing? We're open to suggestion.
I want an 80s makeover montage with you guys. We're open. We're here.
Yeah, no, I mean, that might be a bit challenging logistically, but, we're open to these ideas if you want something specific and it's not there. You'll notice that most of these rewards are extra audio content because that is the kind of thing that I think people want from us is extra more of the show. So we didn't do the physical reward thing, but if that is some like deep burning desire, we can certainly talk about it, although it does, so logistical problems do arise with those sorts of things. So we'll see, but we're open to it. So if you have a question for us, you want to talk to us about something like that, it's dissectingthe80s@gmail.com. So regardless, like we said, we understand it's not feasible for every person who listens to the show to support us through this, and that is fine. The show is going to remain free every other week, and we genuinely, really, truly want to say thank you. It's so amazing that people listen to this show. I haven't announced this on the show, but I can say it here. We have currently been downloaded on 6 continents. We are hoping to check off Antarctica before...
Check off Antarctica?
Yes. We would like to check off Antarctica. So if you know someone out there who's stationed at a research base in Antarctica and would like to help us out, put us in touch with them over email. Again, dissectingthe80s@gmail.com, and we'll make it happen.
Or let them be your friend that you tell about the podcast.
Exactly. That is always the thing we want you to do, is tell 2 friends about the podcast. So even if you can't support us on Patreon, the simple thing you can do to support us is to tell 2 friends about the show, because that is how podcasts get spread around. Thank you for listening to our show. I have been Trip Lano.
I will always be Andrew Lano.
Until July 16th.
Don't you forget about me.
Dissecting the 80s is a Chum Some of This production.